Okay. So yesterday we understand about the UI policies concept, right? Hmm? Did you guys understand the UI policies concept? Everyone? So in today's session, we are going to understand about the data policies concept, guys. In today's session, we are going to understand about data policies concept. Before we understand about the data policies concept, I have to explain some fundamentals. Only when I explain the fundamentals, you will be able to understand about data policies. Okay. So here you will be able to understand about data policies. Before that I have to explain some fundamentals. Okay. If I click on start building here, let me just go to the personal developer instance. Okay. First of all, let me go to the whiteboard so that I can explain you better. So as you all know, this is database, guys. This is a database. Okay. So in this database, incident is actually one table, problem is actually another table, change request is actually another table, knowledge is actually another table. So in the database, in the database, these are actually the tables, guys. So in the database, we have created a table called demo incident table, isn't it? Isn't it, guys? In the database, we have created a table called demo incident table. Hmm? So in the demo incident table, you can create the records using forms. Let me go to the tables. So let me go to the tables here. Okay. So in the database, we have these many tables, guys. In the database, we have these many tables. In this database, we have incident table, we have problem table, we have demo incident table, we have demo incident table. So in the database, we have these many tables are there. In the table, you can create the records. In the demo incident table, you can create the records. Okay. So this is a demo incident table. In this demo incident table, if I want to create the record, what I will do, I'll just go to the show form here. I'll just click on show form here. Laptop is not working. So I created a demo incident, guys. So I created a demo incident using form. Using form, I created a demo incident, guys. If you just scroll down and click on show list here, show list. you will be able to see this demo incident is actually created. This demo incident is actually created from, okay, okay. This demo incident is created from the form. Using form, we created this demo incident, guys, just now. Okay. This one is actually created 23 hours ago. This one is created today, just now. So in the demo incident table, we are able to create the record using form. So let us say, so this is actually demo incident table. From the form, I am creating one more incident, okay, one more demo incident, guys. Desktop is not working. Okay, desktop is not working. I created another demo incident. You can see the demo incident here just now. So desktop is not working. You have created another demo incident just now. This was created 1 minute ago. So in the demo incident table, you are able to create the record using form. Okay. You are able to let us imagine this table is actually demo incident table. In this table, you are able to create the record using form. You can create the record using Excel sheet. You can create the record using script. You can create the record using email. You can create the record using record producer. You can create the record using external systems. You can create the record from the virtual agent. You can create the record from the chart. That means in this table, you can create the records from these many sources, guys. Guys, in the bank account, you can actually deposit the amount from different ways. You can directly go to the bank and deposit. You can actually transfer from your father account to your account. You can actually ask your friend to transfer the amount. So in the bank, you can actually deposit the amount from different sources, right? Isn't it? Answer me, guys. In the bank account, how many ways we can deposit the amount? Everyone. Guys, in the bank account, in how many ways we can actually deposit the amount, guys? You tell me. Guys, is my voice audible? Cash, check, bank transfer. From many sources, you can actually deposit the amount. So similarly, in the demo incident table in the database, you can actually enter the values from. You can create the records from different sources. So now we have seen from the form, we are able to create the record in the table. Okay. So from the form, we are able to create the record in the table. So now I am going to show you using script, I am going to create the record in the table. Okay. Using script. What I am doing is I am using slash command here, background script. In the using background script, I'm going to create the record in this particular table using script. So in the previous example, we understand using form. Okay. Using form, we are able to create the records. Using script, we will be able to create the record now. Okay, using script, we will be able to create the record now, guys. Okay, so guys, this script I'll actually explain later. Don't try to understand this script, because this script I'll actually explain again in coming sessions. So using script on the demo incident table, okay, gr dot. So gr dot insert. Insert, like insert is nothing but creating. Okay. So color, category, category I am writing software here. Okay. So it is u underscore category, guys. It is u underscore subcategory. You have to mention the field name here, u underscore category, subcategory, software, and I am mentioning here as memory or antivirus. Antivirus. So Wi-Fi is not working. Wi-Fi is not working. Description. Okay. Assignment group. Assigned to. Assignment group, I am actually passing the group system ID. Assign to. So guys, what we are doing here is that in the demo incident table, we are creating the record using this script. Using script, we are able to create the record, guys. Now you can see I have created a record. You can see this record. This record is actually created using script, guys. These two records are created using form. This record is actually created from the script. You can see Wi-Fi is not working. What did I mention here? Wi-Fi is not working. Okay. So what I mentioned here, from the form you can create the record on the table. From the script you can create the record on the table. So using email also you can create the record on the table, guys. So I am going to show you how do we create the record using emails. Okay. So whenever you send an email from your email inbox, so from your email inbox, okay, from your email inbox, whenever you send an email to ServiceNow email address, okay, create demo incident. Okay. Okay. So you sent an email, so that service now receive that email, guys. Service now receives that email, and here this inbound email action will triggered in service now. Okay, in this inbound email action will be triggered. Create demo incident. Okay, so it should be new email from system administrator. Okay, and once the email is received from system administrator, so here in the actions you will mention here category as software, category as software, subcategory as antivirus, assignment group as application development. Hmm. Short description. Short description, email from subject, description, body, assignment group to application development. Okay. So if you want to write the script, you can also write the script, guys. Okay. For now, I am just saving this one. What happens when you have to activate this one? When you send an email to ServiceNow receive that email. When ServiceNow received that email, this inbound action will be triggered. It will create a record on the demo incident table. It will create a record on the demo incident table. So now what I've seen in the database, in the table, record can be created from form, record can be created from the script, record can be created from email, record can be created from record producer, record can be created from external system. So now I will show you how to create the record from the external system. I am going to use REST API Explorer here. Okay, I'm going to use REST API Explorer here. So using REST API Explorer, I am going to create a record on the table. Okay, so create record I am selecting here. Table name demo incident table. Scroll down here. Builder. So category software, subcategory antivirus, short description, laptop is not working. Option. So assignment group. So application development group system ID you have to pass it here. Application development group system ID you have to pass. Okay. Now you can see it has created the record. It has created the record. If you go to the demo incident list, so you can see here just now a record is created. This record is actually created from the API. So these two records are created from the form. This record is actually created from the script. This record is actually created from the API Explorer. So guys, remember in the database, in the demo incident table, we are able to create the records from sources, guys. We are able to create the records from different sources. Okay. So from the form, we are able to create the record. From the form, we are able to create the record. From the script, we are able to create the record. From the REST API Explorer, we are able to create the record. From the email, we are able to create the record. So from these, see, from record producer also, let us say, let me just show you. You can see from the form, from the script, from the email, from the record producer. I'll show you how do we create the record in the demo incident table from the record producer. So I'm just creating a sample record producer to create the record on the demo incident table. Okay. I'm creating only two fields here. We'll create three fields here. Let me scroll down. I'm creating two variables here. Short description, description. Okay. So from this record producer also you can create the record on the demo incident table, guys. Okay. From this record producer also you can create the record on the demo incident table. I'm just clicking on try it here. So I'm entering short description. Laptop is not working. So once you submit this one, it will actually create a demo incident record, guys. If you see here, just now, the demo incident record is created. This demo incident record is created from the record producer. So these two records are created. These two records are created from the form. This record is created from the script. This record is created from the REST API Explorer. This record is created from the record producer. Now I am going to show you using Excel sheet also you can create a record on the table, guys. I am going to open the Excel sheet. I am going to open the Excel sheet. Using Excel sheet also I can create a record on the table in ServiceNow. Okay. Category, subcategory, short description, description. Okay. Assignment group. Okay. Okay. So category, I am actually providing software here. Antivirus. Okay. So assignment group. Okay. In the Excel sheet, I am mentioning the. Okay. So what I am doing is when I load this Excel sheet data into ServiceNow, if you go to the load data, if I go to the load data, now what I am doing is, so we have to create the record on the demo incident table, right? Just to mention the demo incident table here. Okay. So we have to go to the table transform maps. Okay. Now what you can do is you can just run the transform. Now a record will be created. This record is actually created from the This record, this demo incident record is actually created from the Excel sheet now. Okay, just now a demo incident record is created. This demo incident record is actually created from the Excel sheet, guys. Remember, this demo incident record is actually created from the Excel sheet. These two are created from the form. This is created from the script. This is actually created from the REST API Explorer. This is created from the record producer. This is created from the Excel sheet. Okay. So what I mean to say is, in the table from different sources, you can create the records. Did you understand, guys, what I mean to say? Everyone? Okay. Fine, guys. When the data is actually coming from different sources, when the now we understand that in the ServiceNow database, in the table, the data will be coming from different sources is what we have discussed. Okay, in the database, in the tables, data can be records can be created from different sources. Data can come from different sources. It can be Excel sheet, form, or script, or email, record producer, or external system, or virtually or chart. From different sources, you can actually create the records is what we have discussed. Okay. Now let us now come to the data policies concept here. Okay. Okay. And we will also discuss about UI policy as well. Okay. We will also discuss about UI policy as well. UI. Guys, as the data is coming from different sources, UI policy will work only from the form, guys. UI policy will only work from the form. It will not work from all other sources. So UI policy will work only from the form, whereas data policy will work from form, Excel, Excel, email, okay, form, Excel, email, script, okay, form, Excel, email, script, record producer. From these many sources, from these many sources, you can actually create the records, right? Data policy will work from all the sources, guys. How many sources, from how many sources you are getting the data, from those many sources, data policy will work. UI policy will work only from the form. Guys, understand this one. UI policy will work only from the form, whereas data policy work from the form, Excel sheet, email, script, record producer, and other part of from other sources. I will show you one example. I will show you one example. So in the demo incident table, what did I mention here, guys? You tell me. When the state is closed complete, the resolution code and notes are mandatory, right? The resolution code and notes are mandatory. I think we have deactivated that UI policy. Looks like I think we have restricted it to Power View. Looks like configure, go to UI policies. Okay. We don't have to create one. We have already existing ones, right? We'll open this UI policy. This UI policy we restricted it to only Power View, right? I'm just Okay. So what is the UI policy that we created? When we select the state as closed complete, the resolution code and notes are mandatory. When we select the state as closed complete, the resolution code and notes are mandatory. Mandatory means if you don't fill, it will not allow you to close complete. If you don't fill the resolution, when you are keeping the state as closed complete, if you are not filling the resolution code and notes, it is not allowing you to close complete the demo incident. In that case, what we should do, only when you fill the resolution code and notes, it is allowing you to close complete the demo incident, guys. Isn't it? Only when I provide the resolution code and notes, it is allowing me to close complete. Okay. This logic, this UI policy logic, the UI policy logic, what is that UI policy logic? When the state is closed complete, when the state is closed complete, okay, when the state is closed complete, the resolution code and notes must be mandatory. Those field must be, those field values must be filled in. If you don't fill that, the form will not allow him to close the demo incident. Okay. So I'm going to open one more demo incident, guys. U underscore demo underscore incident dot form. This is a new demo incident form. Okay. Now you can see when I keep the state as closed complete, without filling the resolution code and notes, it is not actually allowing you to resolve it, close it. Only when I provide it resolution code and notes, it is actually allowing me to resolve it. I mean, closed complete it. So that means UI policy is working fine. UI policy is not allowing you to close it unless and until you provide the resolution code and notes. Unless and until you provide the resolution code and notes, okay. So once you provide the resolution code and notes, it is actually allowing you to close it, right? UI policy is perfectly working fine from the form. Now we will see if the UI policy is working from the script or not. Okay. Now we will see if the UI policy is working from the script or not. So, okay. Now what I am doing is I am actually keeping the um, demo incident table state as closed complete. Using script I am going to keep the demo incident state as closed complete, guys. Okay, fine. Okay. I am taking the system ID of this particular record system ID, copy system ID, u underscore demo underscore incident. Okay. Mm. So what I'm doing is gr dot set value state. What is the state choice value? Closed complete 3. So I am keeping the state as closed complete, but I am not providing the resolution code and notes here. If I don't provide the resolution code and notes, it should not allow you to close it, right? Okay. I am not providing any resolution code and notes from here. I am just keeping the state as closed from the script. I am not providing the resolution code and notes. If I don't provide the resolution code and notes, it should not allow you to close it, right? If I don't provide the resolution code and notes, UI policy should not actually allow you to close it, right? Now let me just click on run script here. Now you can see the demo incident is set as closed complete. The demo incident is set as closed complete. You can see the resolution code and resolution notes are not provided. Without providing resolution code and notes, we are able to close it or not. Without providing resolution code and notes, we are able to close it or not. That means UI policy is not working from the script, isn't it? Is UI policy is working from script, guys? Is UI policy working from script? So UI policy is working only from the form, guys. It is not working from the script. So I am going to show you the same thing using REST API Explorer. Okay. So I am using I am using update record here. So that is on the demo incident table. First of all, I am going to mark it as open state. The system ID of this demo incident. Okay. So here what I am doing is I am just keeping the state as closed complete. Closed complete means 3. Okay. I am not providing the resolution code and nodes. Without providing resolution code and nodes, I am able to resolve, I am able to close the demo incident. You can see here. So I am able to close the demo incident without providing the resolution code and nodes. So that means UI policy is not working from the script. UI policy is not working from the REST API Explorer. So UI policy will work only from the form, guys. That is what I mentioned. UI policy work only from the form. Okay. Data policy work from all the sources. Data policy will work from all the sources. Now what I am doing is I am going to create a data policy, guys. Right click, configure, go to data policy. Okay. When you create a data policy will work from all other sources. Okay. So I have created a data policy, guys. You can create a data policy, right click, configure, go to data policies. So what I have done, I have created a data policy. Okay. First of all, let me deactivate the UI policy. Let me deactivate the UI policy. Right click, configure, go to UI policies. This UI policy, this one, I am going to make it inactive. Okay. So no UI policy active, guys. UI policy is deactivated. So we have only one data policy. Whenever the state is closed complete, the resolution code and nodes are mandatory. This data policy will work from all the sources, guys. Okay. Now you can see I am just keeping it in open state. Data policy will also work from the form. You can see here data policy can also work as UI policy. Use as UI policy on the client. Data policy will also work as UI policy. So I am going to make the state as closed complete. When I make the state as closed complete, the resolution code and notes are mandatory. If I don't fill them, data policy will not allow you to submit the form. That means data policy is working from the form. Data policy is working from the form. That is fine. Okay. Now we will understand if the data policy is working from the script or not. So when I am keeping the state value as closed complete, I am trying to submit this one. So what is it telling? Data policy exception. The following fields are mandatory: resolution code and nodes. So even if I try to keep the state value as closed complete from the script, it is not allowing you to keep the state as closed complete from the script without providing resolution code and nodes. Let us try to do it from the REST API Explorer. So I have provided the state as 3. 3 means closed complete. So when I try to submit this one, okay, when I try to keep the state as closed complete from the REST API Explorer, what is it telling? 403 forbidden. 403 forbidden means it is showing data policy exception. Data policy exception. The following fields are mandatory: resolution code and nodes. If you don't provide the resolution code and nodes, data policy is not allowing you to close the demo instance from all other sources, guys. Okay. So the data policy is working from all other sources, including form. The data policy will work from all other sources, guys. When I try to keep the state as closed complete from the REST API Explorer, it is not allowing you to keep the state as closed complete because I did not provide the resolution code and nodes. Resolution code and nodes are mandatory from all the sources. So that is why I created a data policy. Okay. So guys, you can see work on import sets. It will also work on the Excel sheet as well. Okay, it will also work on Excel sheet as well. Whenever you load this data, whenever you load this data, okay, if you are keeping the state value as closed complete, if you don't provide the resolution code and nodes, it won't allow you to submit the form. Okay. So do you understand, guys, how exactly data policies are working? Everyone? Hello. Okay. Guys, here in the data policy, you don't have any view control here. Like in the UI policy, you have view control. Okay, in the UI policy, you have view control here. This is view control. But in the data policy, there is no view control. In the UI policy, you have an option to write the script. But in the data policy, there is no option to write the script. In the UI policy, in the UI policy, you have an option to hide the related lists. In the data policy, you don't have an option to hide the related list. In the UI policy, okay, in the UI policy, you have an option to hide the field, but in the data policy, you don't have an option to hide the field. Guys, remember, I'll tell you the difference. UI policy work only on the form, okay, which is used to make fields mandatory read only display, which is used to make the fields mandatory read only display fields and related lists at certain condition. Okay. Okay. So work from all the sources which is used to make fields mandatory and read only. That's it. Okay. Well, data policy will work from all other sources which is used to make fields mandatory read only. But UI policy, you can make fields mandatory read only, display the fields and related lists at certain condition. Okay. Guys, in the UI policy, you can control the views. You can control the views in the UI policy. Okay. You can write the script in the UI policy. Okay. You can write the script in the data policy, sorry, UI policy. The system is getting stuck, guys. Okay. So in the UI policy, you can control the views. In the UI policy, you can write the script. In the UI policy, you can actually hide the related lists. In the UI policy, you can actually hide the fields. But in the data policy, you can actually make the fields mandatory read only. You don't have an option to hide the fields. You don't have an option to hide the related lists. You don't have an option to write the script. You don't have an option to write the control the views, guys. Because data policies will work from all other sources. In the other sources, you can't see the fields. In other sources, you can't see the related lists. In other sources, you can't see the views. That is why view control is not there, field control is not there, related list control is not there, script control is not there in the data policy. So from other sources, let us say from the Excel sheet, can you see the fields, guys? In the Excel sheet, can you see the fields here? You can't see the fields. You can see the columns here. So as you can't see fields and related lists and views in the Excel sheet, data policies will not work from the Excel. Sorry, in the data policies, um, in the data policies, you don't have an option to hide the field. You don't have an option to control the related list. You don't have an option to control the views. So only in the UI policy you can do all these things, guys. That is the difference between UI policy and data policy. Okay. Hope everybody is clear, guys.